Hello and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. We are going to look at the week starting the 19th through to the 25th of April 2021. And happy birthday for you late Aries, early Tauruses, or those that are on the cusp. Amazing time, powerful time for us at the moment. And geez, we're really getting through the year, aren't we? Now, if it's your first time on the channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit that bell so you never miss another reading again. Now, let's have a look at your theme for the week. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Beautiful, bright red card. I love this vibrant red. It's just very exuberant, you know, and red is like a very rich color, isn't it? It's generally known as the color of power, sex and power, yeah? Control, yeah? Red is associated with the sacral chakra, which is where we hold our control, where we hold our power, our creativity, our thirst for power. It's our base instincts. And so the King of Pentacles is actually the king of coin, you could call it. You could call him the King of Coins. Coins is another phrase for pentacles in the tarot, but also he is the master of business, yeah? He's the king of business. He is the person that goes out there that is very mathematically savvy, financially savvy, knows how to make money, knows how to create it, knows how to bring it in, but it's in reverse, guys. So what is that telling us this week? It's saying, basically, don't get into the mindset of putting money over and material things over your spiritual side. Why do I say your spiritual side? Because the next card that comes up is in fact the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, and this is spirituality in reverse. High Priestess is your intuitive knowing. It is your gut instinct. It is the psychic part of yourself, the part that is drawn to spirit, that is connected. Okay, and you cannot trade that in for wealth because you lose a part of yourself in the process. Now, most of us know this already, but it's just a brief reminder this week to stay spiritual and not to focus too much on material things. But when it comes to your work, okay, essentially what this is saying is don't forget about other areas of your life. Don't invest so much into your work this week that you start to forget about what's really important to you in life and what you really want and what you really want to strive for. Because the king can be symbolic of that which you hold to your highest standard of yourself, you know. And in saying that, that can also mean that we are being overly critical of ourselves, that we are trying to be something that we're not, or we're allowing the power or the money or the material things to overtake us, okay? So there's many different little nuances about this week, but essentially it's saying don't become the shadow king of coins who becomes too connected to the money and the fame and the fortune and the prize. Okay, look at the bigger picture. What is it that you're really trying to achieve out of this? Why is it that you do what you do? You know, is it for love or is it for money? You know, so that's the key question. Now, as I mentioned to you, we have the High Priestess in reverse, which is saying that at times this week we are trading in our ability to feel for our ability to naturally think. And so the King of Pentacles thinks a lot and they are very mentally driven. However, they too, believe it or not, are intuitive. And the High Priestess is basically saying you need to delve more into your intuitive side and trust more what you're feeling, because that will act as a guide for you. Okay, so there's going to be subtle signs around, whether it's dreams that you have that are significant, or whether you're walking down the street and you run into someone you haven't seen for a while and they tell you something that you were just thinking about or you were just told about, yeah? Whether you see some sort of synchronicity or a number or a word constantly, you know, those are keys, okay? That is how the universe talks to us, and we need to pay attention to those subtle details, okay? Because they're trying to show us where to go, right? So you may be in a situation this week where you are valuing too much your work and your presence there, and you're missing out on the clues. So pay attention to what's happening around you. They can be major clues for you. The Nine of Wands that comes up next, upright, is basically saying you have to have patience, okay? You will get where you want to go when you get there, okay? But you have to enjoy the journey. You know, the Nine of Wands knows that they are close, but they're not there yet. And they also believe that they have to keep pushing in order to get the results. And that's true. But at the same time, if they focus too much on the outcome over here and they're not focusing on where they are right now, they can become very impatient. And that can be us. And we can be a little bit too hard on ourselves, and we can start to say, well, you know, I want it now, I want it tomorrow, I want it today. You've got to enjoy where you are, you've got to appreciate where you are. The Nine of Wands is saying that you're on track, okay? There's no need to panic, there's no need to worry. You will get there, just give it some time, and maybe don't focus too much on the final results. Focus on the journey and the steps to getting there, because that's equally a big part of it, right? So over here, we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about comfort zone, okay? And it's basically saying this week to us, don't get too comfortable being the negative King of Coins. You know, don't be too comfortable in that place. If you feel like for some reason there's a top dog mentality, and you feel as though the only way for you to win is to trample over other people, that's obviously not going to work, okay? It's going to backfire. It's called karma, and it comes back. But this is saying, do the work. You know, be the High Priestess. Don't get lazy. Don't sit back and think about it too much, because you have an open vessel right here in your heart. If you trust what you feel and you just go with the feeling, okay, and get out of your head and act on it. You know, don't just feel and then just say, oh, that's good and well. Act on it, because the Four of Swords is somebody who is sitting back expecting that they won't need to do anything, but you have to put the effort in, you have to take action. So this week it's saying, take action on what you feel, don't ignore it, and all those subtle hints and clues, pay attention to them, because they all have meaning, yeah? Now the last one we have is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Beautiful, vibrant card, beautiful colors, you know, enriched and just flowing out. Now, Eight of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who is not focusing enough on themselves, okay, and what they need in their life, okay? So Eight of Pentacles is also a number of business, okay? The 8 is, in numerology, is the master consciousness number of business, so it ties together with the King of Pentacles. But the 8 of Pentacles here is your reminder that you need to do what's best for you, okay? And you need to ask yourself first, what feels right now? What am I not giving myself? What am I lacking? Okay, so at the end of all of this, it's basically saying, if it's not going to further your own personal development, if you're working with a team for perhaps you're working towards something you don't believe in, and the negative king comes in to say, that's not right, I need to question it. So it's saying, put your foot down. It's saying, don't be afraid. You are counted. So don't feel as though you can't say your piece, or you can't tell people what you really feel, especially in the workplace. If you're afraid to do that, you're afraid to communicate, you may become part of the problem, which is, you know, something that you're working towards in a group. It's not about you giving up on what's good and what's real and what's valid. It's about making your own stamp and making your own contribution. And we need to remember, guys, that, you know, each one of us is not like nobody, okay? We can easily discount ourselves by saying, oh, little me, what can I do? What difference can I make? But if you're part of an organization and you don't feel good about what they're doing, take a stand for it, make a stand for it, stand up and tell people what you believe in, because you can influence change. You are not nobody. It's just a small-minded belief. It's a mindset, right? So this week I really feel it's important to step up if you are doing something that doesn't feel right, or recognize it, because every action that you take creates a reaction in the universe, okay? So I do feel as though we have to be very, very aware of what we're doing this week. And if we're allowing money and power and success to get in the way of spiritual goals, then yeah, it can become a little bit of a problem. So pay real attention to that. Have an amazing week, guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel. Please also hit the bell, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you can comment in the comments below, that would be amazing. Have a great week, guys. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next reading.